Hi guys. Okay, today we're going to answer a question from several of my followers on how to unload a percussion revolver whenever you've got a ball stuck and you can't do it. Now let us discuss what we're discussing here. You have loaded a percussion revolver and either A, you put the ball into the wrong chamber and there's no powder underneath it, or B, that powder became contaminated or whatever and you have fired multiple caps on it and that ball has not moved and it ain't gonna go bang. Okay? Preferred step one would be to take the cylinder out, set it down, unscrew the nipple, take a pick of some kind. The pick you're looking for is to go down to Walmart or something, or some hobby place, and you find these picks like this. They've got these angles to them or whatever, and there's a straight one. You want the straight one. Now I've got the nipple out. I'm going to go in there to that fouled out powder and I'm going to scratchy and get as much of that powder out as I can. Okay? Now if you want to reload it, you could trickle powder back down in there till it's all the way full, tap, screw the nipple back on, put the cap on, fire it. You can do it that way. Method 2, each one of these is going to get more difficult. Method 2, it won't go fire but lackey or I've got no powder. Let's say I got powder. Unscrew the nipple, take one of the picks over a paper plate or something, putting that pick inside that chamber, go up and start picking out the powder. Do not damage the threads. That's the reason I recommend one of these picks. It's hard and it's very smooth. So get the tip fully inside and don't jab nothing. Just get in there and start working it around and work the powder till you get all the powder out. Okay? Once you get the powder out, you're then going to create a slot between two solid objects. Two paperback books, two boards, two whatever. Something that I can sit it up there and there's a gap underneath right here for the ball to come out of. Okay? Then down to that hole I'm going to put a punch. A long finishing nail works well. You can also get several other punches that are designed for this, but you want something flat-ended, not something sharp. So you can't use like an ice pick. It will just stick into the lead. It's got to push the lead. Okay? So you need a long, thin, flat punch. Yes, you can use a long finishing nail. You want to use the nail head as long as it goes in through the opening where the nipple goes and does not damage the thread. You don't want to have to tap it through nothing. It should go just going in. Okay? Once you get it up there, using a mallet, go tap, and you'll walk it right out. Okay? I don't have that option, Blackie. I've got to get this out of here right now. Well, then what you got to do is pull it. Now what I have done is this one's got a ball in it. I have taken and center punched the ball on the top. I now have a tool for that. Let me show you that tool. Okay, here's the tool we're going to use. That is a bullet puller. Okay? A bullet puller is something that's used in muzzleloading rifles. Now take a good look at that. That's like a wood screw. On the other end of it, there is a 8/32. Actually, on this one's a 10/32. Because this tip came off of a Thompson Center muzzleloading rifle ramrod. Okay? And that size is big enough to slide down into a .45 caliber muzzleloading pistol. And so it's hard to get that ball, which is round, to start it. So what I do is I take a stick and I put this in and I assemble the gun and I come down the barrel. So it comes against the ball, that curve you're not going to get on. And this is holding it, this brass lubricated inside the barrel, ain't going to hurt nothing, will center up on it, and when I go whack, it starts that screw. So now I got a place. I pull it apart, pull the barrel off, pull out the cylinder, and now I've got it to where I can sit there and start turning it. Okay? Now, let's do that with that cylinder. Alright, keep twisting. Okay, that's in there. Now, you're probably going to want to grab it with a pair of pliers. What I like to do is get a good solid grip of it, and I'm going to use my back muscles. Okay? This is not going to be easy. Bear down on it. Don't twist it. Bear down on it. Moved a little. And there's the ball. Ugh. That hurts. Okay. Now, let me catch my breath a second, guys. I got it out there. Now, notice, you can see on the side of it that wide, flat band. That shows I'm using a ball that's a nice, tight fit. These are 4.54s into this chamber. I could use 4.51s or 4.54s. The difference is when you ram it, it's harder to ram the 4.54, but it makes that driving band on the ball wider. And so it gives me a better grip on my rifling, and I found it to be more accurate. But pulling it out in the field, this is the most difficult way, just about. Never, ever, ever try to stick something down and pry it out. You'll damage the chamber mounts. And when that happens, it throws wildflowers. In fact, that's what's wrong with this cylinder. This is an old original cylinder that I use on my 1860 Army Shiloh. And I know you can't see it in the camera, but across this chamber right here, there's a mark. And that's where somebody took a flat tip screwdriver or something and tried to pry a ball out. And it deformed it. So that one always throws a wildflower. So that's the one I use for my tops dead center empty. I put a hammer down on it and load the other 5 because it's never going to throw an accurate one. Or if I'm carrying shot loads, that's where the shot load goes. Okay? So, now that we got this pulled, all you got to do is clean it out, oil it up, etc. Number one thing, don't ever damage the rifling. Okay? Okay. There's the ball. I got it off of it. Now, it's hard to do this. I'm not going to lie to you. It is no fun. I have very strong hand strength, very strong forearm strength. You're probably just going to do better to get it started, like I said, some sort of pilot hole, get it going in there, and then use a pair of pliers or something and screw it in there till it gets good and tight. Now, you can strip it out, so you have to be careful. Screw it down until this collar right here is up against the ball and stop. Now pull like I did. Blackie, I can't pull it that way. That's the way you got to pull it. I have anchored this into a vise before, put a wooden block across the rest of the face and went tap tap sideways and got it to come off. It's how tight is that ball in there. Now you saw me pull it by hand. It was effort to do this. But this is how I would have had to done it in the field right there. It's no fun. So the lesson for today is learn not to air load, because it's a pain to unload it. But yes, it can be done. Now, that ball can be remelted, the lead can be salvaged and recycled. The powder in here, if it's any good, can be recycled. But people think, I left it loaded at the range and I just don't want to shoot it. And can I just unload it? Yes, sir, you can. And I bet you after you do it one time like this, I bet you never do that again, because it's a lot of work. Now, I know what you're asking, but Blackie, where can I get a ball puller like that? I got you covered. You go here. The name of that place is Track of the Wolf. You're looking for a ball puller with a collar. They're under $5. Now, you're going to see 2 sizes listed. Remember I said this one came off of Thompson Center? Almost everything out there that I'm aware of is an 8/32 thread. That's what screws in. Thompson Center had to be better, and so they were a 10/32. And so I had an old ramrod off of Thompson Center. I extracted this to use in these projects. So that's the reason I cared. I was recycling something from a gun that's long gone. A piece of a ramrod. I had 2 ramrods. And so I utilized this one. Were I going to replace that one right there today, I would get an 8/32 to fit on that 1911 cleaning rod I showed you in the tool video. So, I hope this gives you some ideas, guys. Thank you very much for supporting my channel. And I hope this answers your questions. Please feel free to add comments down below of questions or ideas or how I could have done better or whatever. Love to hear from you. Do me a favor before you go and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And until next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.